All right, Sports Show YouTube got a good one here. Going back 1994, gonna check out Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal in just his second season, taking on Charles Barkley, the reigning MVP during the 93, the 94 NBA season. During that season, Barkley dropping 21.6 points per game, 11.2 rebounds, 1.6 steals, as the Suns go 56-26, wouldn't able to get back to the NBA Finals as they lose in the second round. The eventual NBA champion, Houston Rockets, the other side, Shaquille O'Neal, dropping 29.3 points per game, 2.9 blocks, 13.2 rebounds as the Magic, in Penny's rookie year, 50-32, would lose in the first round to the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, that next season, they would get to the NBA Finals, but they would lose to the Houston Rockets. But this Shaquille O'Neal team out here with Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, Penny, good stuff happened out there in Orlando during 93-94. But let's run this. Shaq versus Barkley, 1994. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's go.
The Magic controlling the opening tip as Anthony Hardaway works against Kevin Johnson. And here is Shaquille O'Neal going glass.
And surprise, surprise, right into Shaquille O'Neal. No question.
Is guarding Charles Barkley. Dan Marley has been hitting the three as of late, gets it inside to Barkley.
And Charles felt there was contact there.
The back for Shaquille O'Neal. No double team as he goes at Mark West.
And West did a good job there defensively, forcing Shaq to take a...
Mark West on the starting lineup these days. What with the injury suffered by Oliver Miller. And Shaquille O'Neal is doing whatever he wants.
Taking Mark West to town down low. Mark West used to play for the Pistons, obviously on Phoenix. And by the way, too, this might be the best matchup of the two best NBA jerseys of all time, at least top five. Those Phoenix jerseys were sweet as shit. And obviously Orlando, the pinstripes and the Magic, good stuff.
A lot of malteds being handled by Nick Anderson these days.
Yes, they call it a jammed jawbone. Never heard of that. I hope you don't get one, Mark.
No.
You've been in a lot of trouble. Shaq again, no double team, feels it, understands it, and really likes his touch early in this game, but I still don't think the Phoenix bench is concerned to distribute the ball to him.
Orlando has come out and hit 7 of 8 from the field. Hardaway, no, he changed his mind and found Avon. Nice play with Hardaway.
Or miss.
Something they have not been able to do recently. Hardaway heading inside, making it look very easy.
Well, out of the double team that time. Nice outlet.
Out of bounds.
Shaq getting the double team. Dan Marley coming down, knowing where the spot ups are, has Anthony Hardaway wide open to do whatever he wants. It's a terrible job of defense.
Back comes Barkley. Barkley with the lead for Sabanos. Nicely done by the Suns.
And 2 straight fast breaks, and now a turnover on a careless inbound pass. Anthony Abent trying to find Anthony Hardaway. A little while ago, Marv, I said the Suns want to run make or miss. That means after a made field goal by the Magic, they would like to get it out of the net and get going as well. Here's Sabalos, one of the best finishers in the NBA, getting the easy feed from Charles Barkley.
Cedric Sabalos with the 28-16. Shaquille O'Neal, 5 for 5 from the field in this first quarter. A rebound. Johnson for Barkley. Barkley gets inside. Third field goal. He has 6 points, and the game is tied at 20. Dennis Scott for 3. Yes.
Well, it's been a dry spell for Dennis. He has only made 3 out of his last 19 three-point attempts. That had to feel good for Dennis, creating that one.
And Charles Barkley comes right back. Anthony Avent called for the foul.
And there's an example of getting it out of the net and getting it inbounds. This was the play before, was Charles under control. And now the quick post-up by Charles Barkley as he gets excellent inside position. Close, misses 2 layups. Unusual for him around the basket. He's usually had a very good touch.
Yes, we did have some audio problems earlier. Shaquille O'Neal having no problems. He has 12 points, 6 with 2:20 to go in this first quarter. It's the Magic by 3. The lead for Shaquille. Oh, he is just tearing it up.
Well, his first dunk in the book.
Hill gets it out to Anderson, kicks it back to Scott. 3-pointer by Dennis Scott. Rebound, Nick Anderson for Shaquille O'Neal.
started with the excellent outlet pass by Shaquille O'Neal from the double team.
That Shaquille O'Neal, since the All-Star break, and hey, those aren't bad numbers prior to the All-Star game, but he has been on a mission.
Not mistaken, wasn't that the All-Star game in Minnesota? I think Scottie Pippen got MVP. Might be wrong about that. I think it was, though. I had it on tape. I recorded it way back in the day. I used to watch that one over and over again. I'm pretty sure it was the one in Minnesota.
It appears, and he's been able to tear it up here in this first quarter. 16 points in all, and Matty's done it with the entire repertoire.
Variety showing to the Phoenix Suns here this afternoon. A little head fake and the turnaround jumper. Finishing off a fast break alley-oop from Dennis Scott. After the throw out of the double team, gets it back on a nice dish by Nick Anderson. And you can see Shaquille is pumped this afternoon.
Here is Shaquille just powering his way past Klein.
We've seen the turnaround jumper. We've seen the tomahawk.
Rebound that snapped a 10-game home win streak by the Phoenix Suns. Krzyzewski set up by O'Neal.
And once again, Dan Marley stepped in. Kevin Johnson can guard him as well. Here's Shaq rolling into the lane. Picks up the rim very quickly on a nice touch on the hook shot. And now the pick and roll once again. Feels contact and knows where. In fact, I don't really see Charles over there on the bench. Oh, there he is. He's at the end of the bench.
Shaquille again. He is 10 of 11. 20 points from the field. He had a 16 for 17 game earlier this season. Charles Barkley back, trying to back his way on Krzyzewski, and does.
Just as the double team got there, Charles spent a lot of time on the bench, and ideally on the flag pattern. And I'm not really all that upset that that didn't click. You like to keep the defense honest that way.
Oh, beautiful move by Hardaway, exploding off the dribble. Orlando 48 by the Magic. The crossover move by Hardaway, whipping around Sabalos.
Penny Hardaway has such a quick first step on the crossover move. A lot of guys can only do that from the standstill. Penny Hardaway just has that knack.
Would there have been problems late in ball games? This is something we touched on earlier in the season with two players. Bowie is again able to line drive at home, and Orlando leads by one. Two players. Phoenix ball trailing by one. 5 on the 24. Barkley. Charles Barkley very much on target. He has 12 points. 10 seconds to go. 2 in a row. Victories over Miami. And the walloping of the Washington Bullets, 142-106, after they lost 2 straight. Charles Barkley.
Kevin Johnson, one of the best Phoenix Suns of all time. Probably top 5, top 6 point guard of the 90s. Nice little shake and bounce pass to Sir Charles.
Providing the Suns with a...
And he did have Friday night, however.
Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley at the guard. Charles Barkley, Cedric Sabanos, Mark West up front. That's a 3 for Charles Barkley.
He amazes himself sometimes.
And will get it back.
The pick and roll here, and Penny Hardaway loses himself on the big back of Charles Barkley and could not recover. Charles given all kinds of room. The Magic will be very happy to let Charles shoot quite a few of those.
For the Suns. Shaquille. 22 for Shaquille O'Neal. And I keep saying you're just living in the past. It's so sad. But you will see Dennis Johnson next week as Marley fires from way outside. Another 3. Dan Marley denied by Avent. Anderson. Oh! O'Neal. Orlando down by 2. And for the reasons, Matt, very few whistles.
And that's what makes it, I think, very, very entertaining. That may change as we progress right here as Shaquille bulls his way into the lane. Here's a draw and kick situation with Nick Anderson, and that's the play I was talking about where Shaq would normally get fouled and go.
And a 6 for 9 from downtown. It's a 2-on-1. Marley returns to Barkley.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but Dan Marley got that ball caught on his hip, almost a 3-second violation. This fast break ignited on the bad pass from Nick Anderson trying to find Hardaway. Dan got the ball caught on his right hip, but Charles Barkley fouls are created because Kevin Johnson presents so many problems on pick and roll situations that you have to play help defense, and it gives openings to other players.
Anderson for three. Well, suddenly Orlando hit last. Handled by Anderson. Scott for three. Rebound for Gill. Orlando cuts it. Scott Skiles and Larry Krystkowiak are back on the floor. O'Neal, yes. He is 14 for 19, has regained it. And Scott trying to clear it out. They double up. Krystkowiak with the easy layup.
Now Charles Barkley fell asleep that time. His job there is to protect the lane and the basket. To his left off the dribble, not his strongest play, as Shaquille O'Neal, who has really had the range on his jump shot and his little hook here. He eyeballs the whole floor, sees it beautifully. Wide open spaces in the lane as Charles Barkley let that.
Orlando by 4. Here's Barkley hitting the three, his second from downtown this afternoon, and the Suns are now within one.
And again, Dennis Scott taking the ball off the dribble. A lot of people think he is just one-dimensional as a perimeter shooter, as Charles Barkley with the three as he is back on track.
Rebound run down by Krystkowiak. Anderson for O'Neal. Will it count? Yes, it does.
Of course, Shaq never got back on defense, and on the play for the Suns, Charles Barkley realized it. He tried to finesse that layup there and didn't take advantage of the good chance, and now just overpowering move by Shaquille O'Neal as Mark West tried to prevent that shot going up off the good feed by Nick Anderson. Getting hurt on the offensive boards throughout this game.
Hardaway for O'Neal, missed the stuff. He went off the back rim.
I think Charles went up there to foul him and nothing was called.
Marley for Barkley. Yes, and it counts. Charles Barkley will go to the line.
And Charles this time kept himself under control as Shaquille O'Neal was late getting back on defense. Once again, Charles has had a few of those opportunities. He knows there's nobody else in there to block a shot, with the exception of maybe Penny Hardaway, but Charles released the ball too quickly.
Larry Krystkowiak committing the foul. And Barkley seeking a three-point play, 5 of 7 from the line. Well, enjoying the by-play with the fans.
Charles loves it. He loves the whole thing. He loves competitive games. He loves close games. But it almost looks like the Suns are celebrating and up
an 8-point lead.
And Shaq, so busy trying to stay with Barkley, did not protect the lane or the basket, and opening the lane to Kevin Johnson.
That counts, and the foul. 38 points for Shaquille O'Neal, and he'll go to the line. Foul committed by Danny Ainge.
A high pick-and-roll play for Orlando. It's been good to them. Ainge getting there, but way too late and not strong enough to prevent that shot by Shaquille O'Neal.
All right, there it is. Great matchup there. Charles Barkley against Shaquille O'Neal. Obviously partners on TNT. You don't know what you're talking about, Chuck. But good stuff right there. And see them scoring off in 1994. Magic. Orlando Magic against the Phoenix Suns. Barkley against Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.